Helps if you turn on the mic.
Oh, they missed our...
It's okay, because you were totally off key.
Well...
You want to do it again?
Sure.
Brad came charging up your sound. Yes, and then y'all were saying sound in the chat, but I hadn't read it yet. I was just doing my thing. I was doing it well. This is P over here.
M over there.
Patricia.
Mariah.
And together
we are PM Artist Studio.
That was better. Weird, but better.
I was just trying to harmonize.
Anyway, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. We are a friendly arty bunch, especially these here folks in the chat.
Yes, they are.
You can hang out in the background. We do not mind. But if you would, be so kind. Give those thumbsy upsies because they are helpful. YouTube says so. So that's why we share that information.
Yes.
Come back, leave some comments because guess what? You know, tomorrow's March. And so that just means that we then are marching into what we now are calling the March Mixed Media Masteries.
There you go.
Yeah. Thankfully, I remember it because I couldn't see it on my...
We're going to be mastering.
Yeah. Not a master series. I mean, we ain't going to promise that kind of...
Oh, no. No, we don't
just
want
masteries.
to set that up for abject failure. Hell no.
These are our attempts to master things.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing together.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Let me say hello to everybody now that we've got the sound on. All that. Do turn your chat over to live chat. You don't want to miss out anything. I tell you, I'm struggling. I thought I was doing well. Meh. We've got our Curious by MNW. That is our dear friend Miriam. We've got Heather, Barbara, Betsy, Brad, Carrie, Charmaine, Darcy, Elizabeth, Erna. Devin just popped in there. That's Yolande. Estella, Gerald, Griffinshell. That's Rhonda, Hoarder, Papercrafts. That's Mimi, Isabel, Jeanette, a.k.a. Janet, Joni, Miron. We call her Joni. Yutha, K. Brooks, Carrie, Kim, Linda, Marguerite, Marcia, Markle, Mary Ellen, Maya, Nancy Moore, Penka, Robin, SAG, that's Sarah, Sandy Franklin, Sorry, Sherry, Silver Granny or Grumpy Gnome, that's Lynn, Star Traveler, Linda, Susan Billieu, the Shelley Studio, that's Margot, Tina Schwanberg. I don't know when the day is that we hit so many people that, I don't know. Is there a cutoff? I don't know. We haven't hit that yet, so, you know.
Yeah, no worries. Just keep coming.
Just keep coming. If I missed you, it was not on purpose. Do give me those pinky hello hands. I think I hit most of y'all that are pinky hello handed me. Oh, freestyle. Hello. Yeah.
There was another one there that I didn't
hear me say. Got Mary Ellen and Sorry.
Well, it had pink hands. And I don't
Hoarder Papercrafts, that's Mimi. I said hello. All right. So... Okay, now, Thursday thoughts. All right, so tomorrow is the big, you know, like March 1st. So what will happen is you need to take yourself over there to Makers. That's the Makers Mixed Media Artists Facebook group. That way you get all knowed up on the events. I cleared everything out. And then I thought, well, hopefully that doesn't mess anybody up, but, you know, sorry. I was being efficient. Sometimes that happens.
Oh, Candy waved.
Hello, Candy. Oh, she says she loves your shirt. I like that one too. We even have stickers. Oh, I don't have my Yeti cup today. I just have my Wingstop.
I do, but mine doesn't have this one on it. It has something else.
Yeah. Anyway, I got a sticker.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have to show you this because Izzy brought it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it, darling?
It's leap year day.
Leap year. And I want you to look at that artist's signature. I'm so proud of her. See it?
She likes this fancy Y.
Yes. She knows that it's cursive. She knows that it's cursive. And then she brought me this yesterday. It's a spoon. Isn't it, darling?
Darling.
I just, you know, that child. I sometimes I'm just a little overwhelmed because she brings me so much
you things.
that I must keep in mind They're all treasures. They're all treasures.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah, I kind of had this thought out, and then...
You were rethinking it?
Well, not necessarily rethinking it, but I had this the other day that I was going to start off with, and then today, and Anina, Pure Creativity, just, you know, got on my radar. A lot of you are, but I don't.
She doesn't remember.
I don't remember. I mean,
and it isn't personal. Like, seriously, she just...
It is not. I don't remember, you know, what happened yesterday. Now, sometimes, you know, I'm getting at that age where stuff that happened years ago, I'm remembering. You know how that is? I don't know.
Just
there's some
sort of
reason
bubbling
for that
up to the surface.
Yeah, bubbling. But
Her
anyway,
little brain of a cauldron brain. That's what it is.
Well, it could be part of my witchy problem too.
It's explaining a lot of things.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
I just need to stir it every now and then because things get stuck on the bottom. Anyway, so I have these two lovely things that people wrote.
Violet.
Comments. And I mean, you know, I told Mariah today, and it's all connected. It's like a circle. And I did this little, and I was sitting here and I was going, well, I can't get my fat fingers in here to make this thing roll. Then Mariah said, she just handed me this. And she said, well, will this work? I tried my screwdriver. I tried different paints, but this is why in our lives we need both of us here.
So I can hand her
to
things.
actually make it on what you see
And
here.
then we need a third person to tell us to turn the sound on.
Yeah, and take care of the child so that she doesn't...
Lisa! Serious Hecka is here.
Oh, Lisa!
I'm so glad you're here.
Oh, we're very happy to see you. I was just thinking about you the other day because I was going through my papers and whatnot and, you know, planning some stuff. And I've got it in the box back here, Lisa. Your papers will make it somewhere. I'm still working on tags. So,
Yeah. Hi,
yeah.
Lee.
Anyway.
Hey, Angie. That's Angela. She changed her thing on me.
Oh, yeah. I see the purple hands now. Oh, there's some... Oh, there's Lisa and her purple hearts. You know we love purple. Have you been watching? Did you see the purple book?
I don't think that she has been. I mean, I kind of told her about it. I think I mentioned it. I talked to her in the background.
Okay. Well, anyway, the whole idea... Last time when I asked you all to send me swatches of fabric so that I can make the tie in and create this binding circle of the book. Mm-hmm. And it just, you know, I use circles a lot. And remember, I made 2 books with that was my main thing, was the circles. And that's what our community is, you know. In the circle, if a part of the circle isn't working or functioning, the rest of it has to step in and complete the link. And that's what we do. Because none of us is on 100% of the time. I'm not. I need Mariah to, you know, kind of help me get it together on days when I'm just like, oh, I'm so tired. I had a bad night and everything. And she said, you know, just get a grip on. You'll be fine. Drink some coffee, take a nap, and, you know, basically shut the hell up.
Come on, honey.
She doesn't ever say that. I say that. She never, ever says that.
Sometimes I think it, so it's good that she really feels the vibe.
I do. You know, I'm a sensitive person that manages to suppress a lot of that. Mm. Okay. Enough said. Moving on. So you all gave reasons why you showed up, you know, and we tell you why we show up. Amina. Am I saying that right?
Anina.
All
ends. I know it because you see the N together and your brain kind of goes. You wants to go
because
M.
That's how I make my M's.
Yeah.
Anina, Pure Creativity.
Hey, Maxine.
She said, I love your channel because it nurtures and challenges the creative mind of an artist and not just a tutorial step by step. I love that because I've never been, you know, And it's so funny because somebody says, it was another teacher. And I think it might have even been Christy that she taught K through 12.
Yes, it was.
And immediately I thought, oh my God, the lesson plans for that would be a nightmare. And then I related to her that one thing that I told my principal, who was also my evaluator, and we were in the conference after the evaluation process, and I just, thought I would kind of lessen the stress of the situation with a little funny, and I said, my lesson plans are a lot more accurate after the fact than they are before. And he was not amused. He just immediately went into, the list he had in front of him. I thought it was very funny. He did not think it was so funny. Maybe he will now. You're watching? Okay. So, I've never been very good at that process of creating a step by step, because I never know what the next step is going to be until I have partially completed that step. So it's extremely difficult. And even in my college experience, when they would ask you to make an outline, I was horrible at that. Just absolutely horrible.
Well, on that note, this is one of the reasons, like, even so for like the live streams and stuff, I was like, we used to like get it all together, figure out what we were doing. I would take the picture. I would be like, and then all of a sudden, midstream, we're really not even doing the thing that we were supposed to be doing. This one over here is getting more stressed. I'm stressed. And then I had to change the thumbnail anyway. So then I was like, okay, why don't I... Well, actually, Brad was like, would you stop stressing her out? Why don't you guys just do what you do? And then I can update the thumbnail after the stream and know that it all goes with what it was, because tell her to hand it over.
So, how about that? It's a good search engine, afterwards what really went on. And that really is. So, yes. And I did, Anina, write this in your response, but I actually wrote it down in my journal just in case Mariah at some point in the future wants to do my memoirs. And she said, oh, Mother, I have boxes of things. I'm just going to hire a ghostwriter. I'll just hand it to him and say, would you write this, please?
Yeah, you got to read the box, or go through the boxes.
I strive, this is my modus operandi. I strive to instruct only to the degree that space is left for each person to creatively apply what they already have and know. And I told Mariah, I said, I outlined it with red just in case, she was skimming through.
Yes, it'll poke out.
So it would jump out at you, and you would know that this was one of those little gems of wisdom that needs to make it into them.
I'm going to get you some little sticky notes that say gems of wisdom, and then you can just tag things.
I can't.
This is a gem of wisdom
right
here.
And I have that one little magnetic, gripper thing, but I don't have enough of them. Okay, so Erna also sent one, and I'm going to read yours, and it was in the public domain, so I'm assuming it is okay if I do it here.
Yeah, y'all know, if you leave comments on the videos, then
they may show up here.
Yeah. Otherwise, send me an email.
Yeah, say please, send it to that over on the side of the
Mariah.
The lightning bolt. My motivation to keep coming back. Initially, I came here for new inspiration, ideas, and techniques, but I get much more. I learned how to learn to play, not only in creativity, but as a result, also how to deal with life and myself and who I am. I learned many rules in my youth. About how things should be, and those rules have given me guidance and sense of security in difficult circumstances. But that does not mean that these rules suit me and are good for me as a person. I am working on questioning these rules, the concrete, and letting go of them or converting them into something that works for me, the Jell-O. I mean, I'm just still...
It's perfect.
By trying to do this creativity, it has an impact on other areas of my life. If I can and dare to play in the creative field, I may also dare to feel freer in other areas of my life. Letting go of the perfect end result, that is a challenge for me. The journey, not the destination. I'm learning. Thank you for your contribution to my learning process. Well, you are ever so welcome, and I thank you for making me aware of this, because what it does is it gives me that little nudge that says, you know, what you may say one day, you need to learn how to say that the same way, the same thing, only in a different way some other time, so that some other people can also hear that who may not have heard it the first time.
You know, and it's funny that you say that, because I was thinking today, you know, it does get kind of tricky, because it's like, well, how often is often enough to repeat something or do something again? Or, you know, because we don't ever, some of you have been along with us for quite some time, but then there are new people that don't know certain things. And I think it's more of our hang up than anything, and a worry that we don't want to bore people that have been here, but then we also still want to, you know, show the things that we do or have done again. So that's one of those things. It gets real tricky.
Oh,
and
man.
and it's been one of those, it comes in cycles. It's very interesting how that has come around once again.
It does. And I you know, I agree with Mariah, and sometimes she will even remind me. I said, oh, come on, Mariah, we've already done that. Do we really have to, you know, go there again? And she says, you know,
It's got a lot of new people.
there will be somebody who hasn't seen it, and the people who have seen it can fast forward, go out and smoke and drink, whatever.
Or just hang out, chat.
And, you know, it's okay.
Yeah.
They will kindly forgive us.
Oh, and Marguerite says sometimes the light bulb doesn't go on the first time you hear it. So there you go.
Bless your heart. Love those light bulbs. I'm going to drag my tags back out here in a minute. But all right, so Erna also sent this link to an artist, and her name is Patricia Palundanis. And she's from Amsterdam, and her medium of choice is colored pencil. And this was an answer. She was being interviewed, and I copied this out because I thought this really is the essence of what I do with my life. I get inspirations from a whole bunch of stuff, and I read those little pocket things.
She loves them.
I love those little things. It really makes me angry when they want me to subscribe, and
How
after
dare
a while
they.
I'm just like, oh, that's from them. They all want me to subscribe. I'm not going to read that. But yeah. This was the question from the interviewer. I read that you are very interested in abstract concepts like science, while your drawings appear very intimate and intuitive. How do you view the relationship between science and art? Her reply: they do not need to be polar opposites by any means. To me, both originate from a combination of profound love and awe, as well as unbridled curiosity about the world around us. I want to know everything, and as a child, I turned over every stone. Not surprisingly, scientists who make truly groundbreaking discoveries have a lot in common with artists and possess a childlike, playful spirit that allows them to think outside the box. I find it perplexing that some people believe that accumulating knowledge diminishes the mystery, whereas uncovering how wondrously, outrageously complex everything is actually amplifies the mystery, making it infinitely larger.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what Erna sent me. I will hand this to Mariah. I think actually she posted it on Makers, the link about, and her artwork is just, I can't even believe it's colored pencil, number one. It doesn't look like colored pencil, but you can tell. I think they're probably not terribly large, but she's got the technique down, and very interesting subject matter. Very interesting subject matter. I will hand that to Mariah and let her put that in the
In a book.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, and just a little spin-off of that. So my baby yesterday brings me these popcorn kernels that had not been popped. And she says, Mommy, I want to put these in hot water. And I'm like, okay, well, I talked through it about, like, I said, well, do you think that they're going to pop or, you know, what's the deal here? And then the more I was talking to her about it, I'm like, you know what? I mean, what's this hurting me? All right, let's go heat up some water. But the thing in there, I like that you want to know what's going to happen. And, you know, she wasn't happy with my explanation. So, like, just sometimes it's best just to
It is.
go through it and do it. And I think we do a lot of that here.
Hey, did they pop?
No.
They
As I expected, I told her that the little kernel shell will probably come off, and, you know, duds are duds.
Well, here's the thing. Actually, there is a certain amount of moisture inside of the kernel that
Is the reason it pops.
yeah, that's why old popcorn doesn't pop very well.
To dry it up.
It's dried up on the inside. So don't dry up on the inside if you want to pop. Okay, in closing for the thoughts for today, this last thing, because I got this also from some of the comments that I was seeing. Honor and respect your life. Use those experiences, examine them, and make them into your art. That art that only you can create.
PM Artist Studio!
Woohoo!
Wahoo! God, and I am fighting with the light. So it's like overcast, but then the sun was out for a little bit, which we had great lighting. Now, you know, we got...
I don't have the top one on. You want me to top one?
Yeah, that would be super. Thank you.
We have a lot of lights, folks.
We do, and it doesn't seem that, you know... See? Oh, there she is. Yay.
Oh, we don't have those on over there.
Okay, well, I'll go turn those on here in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, we watched the
Oh, my gosh.
thing when Mariah went in to watch the skull.
Well, thank y'all for alerting me, because I didn't even think about it. Didn't even cross my mind.
And I didn't even know. I was so busy over here just doing this, and plus my hearing's all screwed up anyway.
So this was Sunday. Yes, because she was home.
Yes, she was home. So it had to be Sunday, yes. And she was up here working on her little things like she does.
Yeah.
But that was just so cute because you could just see her little eyes. She knew that she was going to... Yeah, furtively looking around to see, you know, when everybody was coming
we
back
chuckled.
in.
I watched it a couple times because I was, and then, you know, that kid. Oh, and she was just so, like, when we were talking to her about it, she was so just tickled.
I was just absolutely...
No, she was.
Oh, Izzy was.
Oh, yeah.
But she also... Now, she wasn't as enthusiastic about her fairy as I thought she should have been.
I could post that. I mean, she was like, oh, that's great. But, like, she didn't, like, you know, goo-gaw over it.
And want to touch it and handle it and everything. I don't know. But it also depends on what else she was doing at the time. If it was more pressing and interesting than what you were presenting.
I think you'd already gotten her the dog bed, and she just really wanted to be in the dog bed.
Yeah.
She got her a dog bed. A human dog bed.
A human dog bed.
Yeah.
And she... It has...
And she makes me haul it around the house now.
Oh, that's...
She slept in it last
handles.
night. Partially.
But and I thought, you know, eventually it might, because this is kind of, you know, Mariah used to sleep with us when she was a child, and I just kind of moved her down to the
Hello, Dana.
end
Hello,
of the
Tricia.
bed, then down on the floor, and I kind of just gradually moved her down the hall. And I thought that this doggy people bed would help with that process, but
well, sort of. I mean,
sort of, kind of. I mean, she's, you know, you must plant the seeds if you would like a harvest. Okay, let's go topside.
Okay.
Get on with it.
Good, because I'm tired of this camera being all weird. I don't know what the answer is. I just don't.
What is it?
Your this camera right here. Like, I don't know what the answer is. I think that they do updates, and it irritates me. And see, like, she turned pink for a second, and
Oh.
then does.
And then the top of my head is in the top of the...
Oh, and then see, she messes with it. Like that.
I don't know how I'm supposed to stand still.
I don't know either.
All the time, and everybody's talking about my chair. And, you know, I'm not getting a new chair.
No, your chair's fine.
I love this chair, and I know it makes creaky sounds. I can't help it. It's just old, like me. I like it. Okay, where are we here? All right.
Where am I?
Where am I? Yeah. Here we are. We have some little flower stamps here, and I told Mariah I love them. I will certainly.
These are by
and
Darcy.
I have.
Yay, Darcy! These are
Yay,
available in the
Darcy.
shop. They're
Okay.
called wallflowers. They're available in this 3.75-ish size and then a 2.5-ish size, I think is what it kind of comes out to. Depends on which part you're measuring.
Okay, so I found this quote, and it's by Albert Camus, and it is, "Autumn is a second spring when every leaf is a flower." So here's what and when I got these this morning, I thought, see, the universe is speaking. The universe is speaking. Because I have this little drawing that
And
I
Darcy,
did.
I'll have yours out to you soon.
I stamped this off when I was, trying to clean off the stamp.
Those are Sharon's 3 trees.
3 trees. Well, and then I wrote this other quote down here. "Learn character from trees, values from roots, and change from the leaves."
Oh, I love that one. Who's that by?
That's by Tasneem Harneed. And I wrote down who he was. Here it is. He is
On the other
a
paper.
lawyer, writer, peace activist from Pakistan.
Nice.
And the other one that's on here is Rabindranath Tagore, and he was really an interesting person. Here's a new word for you. He was an Indian polymath. And what does that mean? It is a person of great and varied learning, encyclopedic learning.
Oh.
Okay, so he was active as a poet, writer, playwright, composer, social reformer, educationist, and painter during the Bengal Renaissance. And he won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1913.
Wow.
So, and he was a very interesting looking person. Very interesting. So these are some quotes that I have.
Hello,
This is
Sophia.
kind of just a little drawing of what I want to happen, but I thought it was really cool because I was just piddling and playing with this. And I thought, that really goes with this. And if I can make the flowers and the leaves come together, then that can happen. I'm not sure how it will, but it will. Okay, so what else do I have here? Well, I really want to... Okay, I'm going to have to just put these aside for a minute because I've got this other stuff stacked up here, and
Okay.
I want to deal with it because
She's moving through the stack, Shaw.
I'm moving through the stacks, and I can't pick this up because this is... Can you feel that?
I was wondering if you
It's
needed some
gritty.
assistance with that.
It's gritty. I'm
Gritty.
putting those over there with my other leaf stamps, which I'm thinking can go together. All right. Getting back to the book. The book.
Hello, Estella. And anybody else that's coming in, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Do give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. Remember to come back, leave those comments.
Absolutely necessary. We're going to do a pocket today, and I may have to have Mariah help me because do we want to deal with the magnet situation today, or we do want to save that for Monday? What's happening there?
That's kind of up to you, really.
All right. Well, doing this is going to require moving that, so let's leave that for Monday. The reason is I would like to go ahead and get down a pocket because I'm reaching the point of critical mass. That's how I operate.
It really is.
Critical mass is the motivator that makes me decide, okay, it is time. So, what I have is I have a lot of tags that are at various degrees of completion.
Yes.
And you saw some of them. Okay, I worked on that. I'm working on this, and I did get my little piece of paper down here.
Oh, yes. Carrie has put out 2 videos with the his Arty labels. 2 different ways. He did one on the gel plate for people that have gel plates. Then he showed people, if you don't have a gel plate, how to use them. I was really brilliant. And lots of little different tips and tricks and things,
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, do you think I need to watch it?
I do. actually, because
Do
I
you
think
think
you
it
could
would
get.
be instructive for
I
me?
think that you would be inspired by some of it for sure.
Well, I'll have to get over there then.
She's been deep in tags.
Okay, so I've got this on this side, and then I had this whole thing about, you know, mushrooms are extremely important to the planet in so many ways. They really honestly are. They create the mycelium that is beneficial for everything else underground. Benefits from the mushroom. So we only see the fruiting bodies and only recognize that part, but it's really the main part of the mushroom happens underneath the soil. And I think that's a wonderful metaphor, because when you look at really wonderful art and everything, it's not, you're seeing a fruiting body there. You're not seeing anything else that went on underneath to create that. So you just have to take your clues from what shows up.
Hello, Apple, and she says fungi will save the world.
Absolutely.
Certainly.
And I really honestly believe that from the aspect of just figuratively and metaphorically and everything, because they have so many different functions. Different mushrooms do different things. Right now my sister she calls it dosing. Microdosing mushrooms. And she said it's changed her life. So I'm really thinking about getting into that. All right, now, I had this like this, and I was like, how can I indicate?
Lynn says mycelium is the soul of Gaia.
Ah. Well, there you go. So I don't know what happened to the rest of my little leaves, but
They done run off.
They're someplace. So what I thought here, because the leaves and the mushrooms are intricately intertwined. One helps the other. And I thought, okay, so I have the leaf here, and then I have the little mushroom, and the mushroom as a house is sort of symbolic for everything that is inside of it, and down below, having the tree tops here indicate the mycelium down below. That's where I'm going with this. I don't know that it's necessarily going to happen on this, because I don't know that I have enough space for all that to occur. But anyway, that's my thought on that.
Yeah.
And I need to glue this down, but I want to write on it first, because if I mess it up, then I can always replace this little card, and that's why I haven't done that.
Plus, better to do that. Well, here's some quick little tips on that whole business. Write with something that is permanent, because the glue or whatever else could activate the ink, and things can get weird.
End up changing the color.
Yes.
So I want to do that. Okay. Then I stamped these leaves off, because I thought maybe going ahead to have just a black and white card that goes with the saying about the leaves.
And Mary, we hope to make it on Saturday. That's my plan. We're gonna go to that art thing.
Oh, this coming Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll have to do laundry. I don't have anything to wear.
This could be her motivating moment.
Y'all
are witnessing.
Moment.
To do some laundry. It is open. This would be the right time.
Okay. So, oh dear, I need to put those in the envelope. Where's my envelope? Because I have been using those. You notice I've used them for Buddha. And I'm going to write something on there. I haven't found exactly the right quotation to use for Buddha quite yet. And I don't want to cover this.
Hey, if y'all want to, do a little internet searching, make sure if you put it in the chat, or if you're leaving comments in the comment section, please indicate who the quote is from.
Yeah, because I won't use it otherwise.
Yeah, and I don't, as much as, if I love it, I probably would hunt down who did it, but it's just one less thing I have to, kind of
Okay,
work
here's
out.
my other little leaves that I fancy cut them, and I told Mariah, I said, this is
Mary says She says, tell P to wear that shirt she has on and no need to wash it. Well, she gets a little...
Oh. Well, I do have others that say similar. Mm-hmm. I have my one about whiskey. Did I tell you about my whiskey one?
Yes, I mean, we do have some new people or whatever, but you can tell it whenever you wear it. That's the deal.
Okay, I can't tell it now. All right, so I'm putting those little leaves with that because that's to help me remember that.
The whiskey one would be good to wear on Saturday, I think. And she can tell you the story in person, Mary.
There you go. Okay, do y'all remember this one?
Yes. This was done during a stream, but it seems I think you have done some things to it.
I have done some things to it.
Okay.
Because I wanted, and you recognize that little strip, remember that's from the edges of Possum Pouch. I kept all those, and I just put some more back there. And that's what's on
Buddha.
Mm-hmm. Okay? So when you do things like that, what it does, and it may even just be a subconscious thing that people don't even really recognize it. But all of a sudden, that starts showing up in different places. You're going, oh, okay. Well, geez, maybe that was a little bit planned. I'm stressing a little bit planned. My planning is sporadic and vague, and I feel vindicated because Picasso thought that was a good idea. Here's a little bit of my candy wrapper here. Y'all remember that. Now, underneath, and the reason I covered this up is because I had the writing upside down. Yeah. So I just covered it up, and I thought, it needs a little orange here, there, and yon. And you can go back and look at this in its original state.
Well, technically you didn't, because, I mean, well, I don't know. I guess it depends on it. Yeah, whatever you're deeming top or bottom, but if it was upside down is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But, I think the reason
south?
I thought it went this way is because, well, here's north. North is on the diagonal anyway, so it doesn't matter. Diddly squat.
See? Diagonal's messing with
Diagonal. Yeah. I'm going to use this. I just haven't decided how. Because I think it's just so spectacular. I'm going to talk some more about that in a minute. Remind me. Okay, remember this one? I don't know. How to cut out the trees?
I think that's a new feature. I feel like that's a new feature.
Oh, I'm going to get something down here so you can actually see this.
That would be
because
wonderful.
It's really hard sometimes when you don't have a background thing. Okay, so what I did is I came in and I did a little bit more colored pencil, and then I went over it again with clear texture gesso. Okay? And then on the back side, and remember, I can't remember what exactly I was going to put back here, but I changed my mind. I did leave the leaf as a pocket, though. So look at this. So I've got my skull, which I enhanced with colored pencil because it was looking a little bit anemic, and I needed to amp it up.
Well, you amped him up.
Amped him up. And then this is the little card that...
bring your hands towards you. There you go.
Sharon gave me this little tag. Of course, I added a few more things. And I think Sharon even gave me this. And somebody, I can't remember, said that they came to us because of Sharon. Today.
Y'all probably know her as Sharon from Texture Junkies, but this one over here insists on calling her Sharon. Because she thinks it's fancy.
Sharon just sounds a lot cooler.
And fancy.
And I like it. It's kind of like Ketera.
She doesn't seem to mind. So, it is what it is. Hello,
so
Susan.
I just thought, and look at this, and there's Becky's little dot. And I've got to come up with, a proper thing to write on that, and a proper thing to write on the back of the skull. So I thought, well, if I'm going to write on the back of the skull, I better jazz that up a little bit, because it
really does look like a bulb.
It looks like a bulb, and if you want to put it in like that, it could be a real surprise for somebody, moon over Miami.
Yeah.
There's half moon, and the other one's already risen, but I like this.
Or you could, right at the top part, there's a great idea in here. And then just leave it as that.
I could.
That says a lot.
I could do that. But in the process here, just moving right along, I discovered something that was accidental. I like to use the texture gesso so that I can color pencil over the top of things. Because I'm never happy with.
Right.
All right, so you remember this. And these were all stuck together. Right?
Hi, Jamie.
The texture gesso creates something, they don't stick together anymore. And you can color pencil. And remember, I kind of lost this because I couldn't get enough contrast. Now here, I've got the contrast. And I can tell you right now, this hasn't been texture gessoed yet. Can you see the shiny?
Bring it towards you. There you go.
That's what gets stuck together. Once it has this velvety soft surface here, it no longer stickies together. So, food for thought. Food for thought. I'm going to use this. I just love this. I think it looks like it's been here 100 years. Something that would have fallen out.
Keep bringing it out. She just hasn't figured out what else to sort of do with it.
I haven't yet. And I'm going to have to do something to the back. I could
Testing,
just
testing.
testing. Yeah.
Mic check, testing.
Okay. That. Cover that. Cover that. Cover that. I don't know why I have this out here. Oh! I do. What I want Mariah to do is I want her, because I did go in and I covered it with golden. But it's just not
oomphy enough
quite yet. So what I want her to do...
You've also been cutting at it, I see.
I wanted it to appear more plant-like. Rather than leaf-like. And I felt like it would perhaps...
Yeah. No, it is. But you say...
See, that's leaf-like.
Mission accomplished.
Okay. So that may be going on here shortly. I don't know if Mariah feels like doing that or not.
I don't know if Mariah feels like doing that or not either, but we'll see.
Okay. Now, did you hear that click?
Yes.
You hear that click?
Heard it.
That click is the... What is this stuff called? Butter.
Yeah, stencil butter.
Stencil butter, thank you.
The Crafter's Workshop.
Stencil butter is also a sticker. It sticks and it will stick.
It's clingy.
Clingy. It's clingy. So on the back here,
its
I have
relationship status is clingy.
impasto with the leaves. Can you see them?
I wish we could pause for my moments of funny. That would...
Okay, we'll just pause for a moment.
Can we just pause for a moment for that funny? That relation status is clingy. She's waiting.
Oh, is it time?
Yeah, we can move on. Yeah, so see, I got some
And Eddie said that click was my knees. Well, I have clicky knees too. It's like
I have a
snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies.
Yeah, and I got an ankle that does some funny things.
Every now and then I can flip my ankle around and it'll make a nice little sharp, crisp little crack sound. Okay, so you know that this has been texture gesso, clear texture gesso, because you can see I've worked on it with some of the colored pencil techniques there and kind of highlighted some areas on that one also. Okay, I still have to deal with this on the back here.
Thank you.
I'm thinking just cover it. I don't know. But maybe perhaps we'll get to that. Here is another piece of, I love this. I don't want to lose it. I'm going to do something with this. Haven't found the right thing quite yet. I did go inside Marcia and kind of went around the edges so that it wasn't glaring white at me.
Yeah,
But
very nice.
That's going to be. All right, so we've got the situation here where we can start. And I mean, the leaves, I could put the leaves all in here right now.
Yeah, we've seen that.
You've seen that. You know how they work. Now what I want to do, I want to get at least one pocket going here to put some of these completed tags in here so I don't have to keep finding them.
Okay.
And so I don't have to keep going through and saying, okay, well, have we seen this one? Well, if it's in the book, I'm going to say, okay.
Awesome.
Fork in it, it's done.
Can I ask some questions?
Yes.
Do you know which ones you want on that page?
We're going to audition.
Are you, okay, the reason I'm asking, are you going to audition your tags for the pocket or the pocket after the tags?
All right.
What comes
that
first?
Is an excellent, excellent question. And right now, I'm just stuffing, the ones that are done are just getting stuffed in a pocket.
Fair enough.
We will go through and make that decision later and see which ones are friends with which ones. And, you know, and which ones are, you know, perhaps
fighting.
This, yeah, are fussing and fighting, and maybe perhaps one of them needs a new outfit. Just to, you know, feel like he belongs to the group a little bit more.
Right, like this is a themed party, and you better frickin' participate.
Yes, and you're not, and you didn't get the memo, but we're going to help you out here.
I love a themed party.
You love what?
I love a themed party. All my parties were basically themed.
Oh, they were.
Even back in the day when, like, pretty much we'd all just hang out on Fridays or whatever, I'd be like, y'all need to, you know, we're going to do luau again. So
I just love that little shape right there.
Show up.
It just makes my heart sing.
I had some friends that resisted, which I think is rude. Then others were very into it.
Yes. Okay, so we did kind of get some stuff done on this one. And so basically what I have to decide, which side do I want to be showing through the cutouts? If I make this go all the way to the top. I don't even have to make it go all the way to the top. I can just make it go partially.
Yeah, that's a lot of pocket. That's too much pocket.
Is that too much pocket?
Mm-hmm.
Mariah says that's too much pocket. Okay, well, we're just going to have to bring it down to the point where it's probably not.
I mean, at that point, it's really more like a folder.
So we'll just use the good side.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to use the good china.
We're going to use the good side. And we're going to make it come right up to the edge all the way around. I'm not going to do any fancy foldy under. And the reason I'm not is because this is bulky.
Bulky.
It's going to make it pouch out too much if I do that.
Don't want a pouchy pocket.
Well, sometimes you do.
But not here.
But I don't think here, because I think that this is going to be limited access simply because I'm going to be very selective about what is showing above.
This is a private showing. That's
sort of is. Now, I'm going to have to get my chomper up here to cut off this edge evenly. This edge over here is looking good, so I could, you know, do this. That's kind of nice. And then that cut's going to be...
Okay, I'm going to hand this over to you. Warning. Do not touch it. Do not mess with it. Just simply show it and then look at it and see if this is something that you are into. Because those parts that are blobby need to dry. So grab it from the bottom.
They do?
Yes. But do you love this?
I do love it.
Heading in the right direction?
What is it?
It's a very stinky deco art, the deco color, this thing, but I love it. I love this thing.
Oh, so you haven't put on the stuff to do the wah?
I don't want to wah because it could melt it. That's what it did with the hearts that we had done. You don't remember, but it did melt them. And this achieves a similar situation without, you know, setting things on fire and, you know, putting chemicals in the air.
Oh, and it really smells terrible.
Oh, yeah, I guess there's really that, but it does stink.
Smells terrible. Okay. Here's y'all see this?
I love those things.
Premium deco color.
They're like an oil-based thing.
Yeah.
Not like it is.
Now, I think what I will do is I will find the dimensional Mod Podge.
Here, why not? I'll do that right now. That's this. Here, show them that. Because it takes like, you know, a week to dry.
It takes a long time to dry. It really does. But, oh, and I hope it's still, is it still liquid? Yeah, it's...
You may have to cut into it, but yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to definitely poke a hole. Okay, well, just, you know, I'm liking this a lot. I mean, I really am. I think this is going to be the answer. And like Mariah said, I remember that heart now. It kind of went...
I want to go hang out with Nancy. She has happy hours, and she's having themed parties. I think Nancy and I get along.
Nancy, where are you?
You don't have to tell
I'm
us.
requiring clothing on all guests.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We have some people that they could come unclothed because they're really cute and everything, but there's a lot of them that need to wear some clothes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, I was trying to find my white pencil here, or a similar light colored pencil, to indicate my
She's near Tucson
line here. Now, that line is not straight. So I'm
Big shocker there. Sorry. That was that. It came out.
That was.
It was rude.
Rude. Not necessarily.
I ain't wrong. But it was rude.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna have to do some fancy cutting there, and I noticed this edge is less than.
Why is okay? Here's a question for you.
Totally even. Shocker.
Just to follow your previous work.
Huh?
Did you notice it's a little bent? I don't know if that's like what
I was probably trying to get the lid on. It wasn't cooperating.
She crammed it in there anyway.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
So that'll learn you. Well, I think it did actually help, but I gotta cut the tip now because it's a situation. There.
Okay, now I will say, you know my philosophy on gluing. I've mentioned it more than
If you're
once.
new here, it's being very...
More is better.
Yeah.
That is not necessarily true in these kind of situations because it takes a long time for it to dry and it gets ushy-gushy in the in-between process, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the time where you want to, it's a very crucial amount that must go into it. I've got a little bit of the paper here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put glue on this. And I'm going to try to be even. I'm going to try to stay slightly away from the edge so that I can smush it. So this is, it's critical, the amount of glue. I cannot stress that.
Hey, Mo wants to know, we do have some. I don't know if she has some like right on hand, but do you have some of Lisa's, the Series Hecka's wax dyed paper in the shade of purple there? And we do. We have some awesome purples. I don't know
Yes,
if P
I
knows
do.
where they are exactly.
I don't. I have some in my box back here.
Now, if I don't know if Lisa wants us
Oh,
telling people about all
Yeah, I
that, if
know,
she's up
because
for making
then she'll
some.
have to. And I can't remember if I
Still here, Lisa?
took it out and had it was something else.
I know where
I wanted to remember.
And I know where some is, but yeah, you were talking about it earlier.
I know, but now that I've said that, I can't remember if I actually took it out.
Okay, well, I kind of know where some's at, so let me finish this little project here. 1 second.
Okay. Okay, there we go. See that amount of glue?
That's the right amount?
It's the right amount. It's still going to allow me to do a bit of, and when I put it down, I want to be squishing it to the outer edges rather than to the inside edges, because I might need that for a pocket. And at this point, you do want to make sure that you're applying enough pressure to make a good bond there. And thankfully, this is ever so slightly
Okay, let me see.
flexible, the netting as well as the paper, because it's, well, I can't remember. I don't know if I can't remember if this paper was the deli or if this was the, you know, whatever that other one was.
I would like everybody to know that how quickly, just note how quickly I located said papers. And look, there's some other stuff in here. Some of her just dyed papers. Or,
Oh, yeah, eco
yes, thank you.
eco dyeing. Okay, so we've got plummy purple, which is lovely.
Hi, Betty.
And we've got this sort of a blue violet. And look at this. This might just be the, except I want to make this larger before I do that. Now here's another little trick that we might do here. When you use paper that you've gone over with the, if you have enough loft, and you do glue the tissue or thin paper on top of it, and use the big fat brush to beat it down.
Somebody just comes in and like hears the descriptions of like I don't know. They're just like, what?
How's that going over there?
I think pretty good. It's drippy, so I can't really like show you.
Oh, you probably need to put it on a piece of.
I probably do, but I just thought I'd just keep moving it around.
Yeah, so it solidifies enough that you don't have to.
Yeah.
And I don't know that. I think you should probably have the waxy side.
Yeah, that would be best. But I think it's gonna be superb. Now, one of the little window things got kind of clogged up, but.
Oh, that's all right. It'll be a window glass rather than a open window.
Yeah.
All right. So, shall we just go ahead and do this while I've got this here?
Mm-hmm.
Because this very possibly could be something that I could put into this pocket. My problem about this is you know, I would really like this to be further up on the pocket. You know, so it sticks out. Like that. I want to see that. I don't want to see that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really sometimes know what I'm thinking about when I do things.
Well, it just, you know, it is what it is.
It is what it is. This is very true. This is very true. Now, this could be a possibility.
Yeah, and then the little plant part's going to be sticking up.
And then the little plant part will be sticking
Ooh, I love that. Look at that, how it goes through the crack. That was kind of loud, sorry.
Looks very sunsetty.
That's a winner.
And it sort of mitigates all of, we have this diagonal here, and we have lots of verticals. So that's going to give some horizontal break in the whole thing. And then you've got this lovely stuff on this side with the plant form sticking up there. So see, we've already got that. And then of course we've got this.
Yeah.
I think that this looks bloody marvelous.
It does.
I'm really very pleased with this. Now, the other side here, as long as we're on this page.
While we're here.
Remember we talked about this stuff.
Hello, Leslie, and hello, Carol.
And I really want it to, because I want it to be fence-like.
Yes, fence-like. Mm-hmm.
Fence-like. My only hesitation is I don't know if I have enough surface to glue to here.
Oh, yeah, you do.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because also what I think would be cool is on those ones where I was talking about, you know, the bottom part is what I really want to see.
Yes.
Well, on something like this, you can see the bottom part. Oh, I better get that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be looking for a longer pin to plunge it with.
Size matters.
It does. But I think this looks kind of cool. These two here.
Yes.
I mean, you know, even without anything in the pocket, this could just be cool looking.
Yeah.
Y'all agree?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think I need to back this with
Oh, well,
something?
I don't know. Joni's talking about something about round the corners and flip it, but which, because she's done a lot of things, so I don't.
See, I could back it.
That might be better, but then you lose your whole seeing through business.
I do. But I think what we have to decide here, we have to decide what is going to be more important. And if I brought this down a little bit more and made it less...
Is this a decorative fence or a privacy fence? In Texas, we like our privacy fence.
Did somebody ask that, or was that you?
No, that was me. That was another funny, y'all.
That was a really cute one, Mariah. I like it a lot. Okay, so if we move the fence down a bit, we can have both, I think. Watch this.
I like both.
I do too.
I mean, if you're going to have it both ways.
I can leave. And you don't have to worry about this paper. The fold marks
It'll all even out.
will even out. If I leave that much there, You know, this really wasn't what I planned on doing today. I planned on finishing up some more tags.
I think this is more interesting.
Look at that.
Personally. It's more problem solving. The tag thing's just, you know.
It is.
Pretty showy stuff. You can do that at the end.
Now, again, I've got an edge over here.
Oh, and then Eddie says maybe just go halfway up the fence. And people like the both. Thank you, Lisa.
Okay, bring it down a little bit more. How about that?
Yeah, I like that. Yes. I think that's having it both ways for sure.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a cutoff on the bottom here first. I need a writing implement that's going to mark on that. I'm looking for one of those white Posco style.
No, the little, the Posca style one's here. This old, sugar biscuits. Here you go. Things are dropping over here. Right. It's one of the real skinny ones. So remember, it flicks out, so be careful.
Okay, so we want to cut it right there. And I'm trying to feel the edge here because, again, all right, we're going to cut one part off and then we'll cut the other part off.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because then I won't have to deal with all of this down here. So I've got to make this go away for just a sec here.
Freaking cat hair.
And bring the chopper up.
Oh yes, those of you that are coming in, do say hello in the chat so we can say hello back. Give those thumbsy upsies if you haven't already. Make sure you come back, leave those comments, because that's the way to get entered, or at least considered, for the March
You see, I've got this side which I can use elsewhere.
Hey, 1 second.
Yeah.
For the March Mixed Media Masteries big old giveaway of gel presses at the end of March. But you got to come back and leave those comments. Okay, now, carry on, woman. Carry on.
Carry on, Sally Ford.
She can't hear me. That's why, like, she wasn't being rude or anything, and nor was I being rude to her. She just couldn't hear me.
Yeah. If I'm watching her mouth and I can see her lips, then I know what she's saying. But, yeah.
March Mixed Media Masteries. I've been saying it over and over again, so I don't mess it up.
All right, now we like that torn edge, right?
Yes, I think so.
All right, now
hopefully,
this is the stuff that it tears good one way and it doesn't tear so good the other way.
Most paper works that way. We've discussed this.
Yeah.
Hello, Diane.
And I'm just getting this top part because I think that this is, you know, this is important. I don't want it really jaggedy or you know, dippy-divey, but I do want some dippy-divey.
I don't know about that, Joni. I don't.
What do you?
She says when she watched Carrie's video, the thumbs up they roll like in the stream, but it gets stuck at the number whenever they click the thumbs up. Maybe it's just so that way it kind of like locks you in at whatever number you are. Maybe that's why they do that. Okay, what are you trying to figure out?
Everybody like that. That is.
Can you turn it the other direction? I don't know why, but your purple paper, flip it. I like that better. Because it'll go from the higher to the lower.
Well, I still have to determine this measurement this way. This isn't the measurement.
Okay.
But yeah, okay.
I just feel like that's
now
better.
I've lost my dot.
It's okay.
See, there's my dot.
Oh.
And I don't know, that might be too much. I mean, that might be. And the next thing
Hello, Michelle.
I need to decide here is, Because that seems to be like kind of right where we had it before. See if I can find my little dot. Yeah, look at, I'm not off by much. Always kind of hesitant about those foldy things because they can cause some problems when you're cutting.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to go ahead and cut this so that we're at least, you know, we have that measurement done.
Yes.
Just like we did the other.
Now, one thing about cutting this paper is you have to be committed, and you need to bring that blade in and get her done. Yeah, that was a little too much hesitation. I'm just saying.
A little bit of, but we don't worry about that side because we're just using this side.
Just go. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, now I've got my board down here. So I don't have to worry about
Yeah, and I still haven't heard back from them regarding the what's up with the closed caption business.
with the what?
Closed caption business
Oh,
on
and why
our.
we're not getting closed
Yeah.
captions?
I
I love closed captions. I live my life for closed captions.
Mm-hmm. Okay, as I said, you need to flip the paper. Thank you. Yep.
Well, then I'm going to have to move it down some.
Okay.
Don't want to throw those pieces away.
You
Might be
may-
just
yeah,
what you need later
exactly.
on. Okay, now, I think if this is going to be the case,
There's always some spit on it.
DNA, Provence. Remember, we wanted a little bit more
Mm-hmm. I like that.
showing through there.
I'm very pleased with that. Oh, Lisa Mingus says that several channels she's been watching here lately haven't had the closed caption options. Yeah, well, so I I reached out to YouTube and they said that they escalated the issue. So it is an issue.
They escalated it.
Yes. Meant that the person I was talking to wasn't the department or the person that could, you know, fix said situation.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it's a managerial.
She's like, that's above my pay grade, I guess.
Okay. So I think what I shall do is glue this to this and then whack it.
Probably a good idea.
In agreement on that?
Yes.
Everybody with me? Okay. Now comes the next question here, and I need to, because I have the measurement down here and here, right?
Yeah.
The only one left is this one over here. So this is crucial that I get this in the right place, and I've got a
I don't know. I think you're
white dot. You think I'm
pretty much
over processing
just
here?
glue the darn thing down at this point.
Ooh.
It's just how I'm feeling about it. She's auditioning other ideas. I don't like that.
What?
What you were just thinking.
You don't know what I was thinking.
You wanted to do that little flippy up. If you do that, you need to rip the like, don't have that straight edge going across there. I really want to take this away from you. You were not doing this properly.
You just shush. That's how I
There's
feel.
a right and a wrong way, and she's
Sometimes
doing it wrong.
When you're doing colored pencil. I'm like, oh my God, just give that to me.
And usually I hand it over. I'd be like, oh, or I tell you that after the stream you can have it. Give her some. It's really busy work for her.
You can have this. You can have this after the stream, Ron.
I got busy work, unfortunately.
I think it'll be just fine. Now let's turn it over and see if it looks, if it's showing through.
Hi, Teresa.
See, it really doesn't. And what it does is it helps me solve the problem here of,
Okay.
you know, what's getting glued to what.
She is trying to add this to the inside of what this, okay, so the stencil, because it needs to be retired, because it's just gooing up at this point.
Some of the places no longer have, see how the
Orifices
have been clogged up.
Mm-hmm. Which will happen if you don't clean this stencil. We said that even from the beginning, so just, you know.
Okay, so this is going to be on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably not a good idea because it's going to leave an edge to catch on things.
Something to consider with the wax dyed papers. It shows everything.
And it will not allow for complete insertion. We're always worried about that. Okie dokie. So we're cutting it off.
Pockets, yes, pockets. We are creating pockets.
We're creating a pocket, and I don't know, that's probably not the best way to do that.
Tissues like spandex, that's right. Definitely not for everyone.
Oh, that's where it was. Might have to have Mariah step in and do an add-on.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, this is not, I don't recommend this cutting technique that she's got going on here, especially with this stuff. Yeah, see? Yeah. I told y'all. Got to be committed. And then that folding over business, just...
Yeah, well, we knew the folding over business was not a good idea.
Yeah.
I have enough contrast here that I can see where the
I know that's right, Eddie. I know that. We've been on Carnival cruises, and let me tell you, it is a popular fabric.
What?
Spandex on the Carnival cruises.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, just because they have it in your size doesn't mean you necessarily should wear it.
Hey, you know what? I feel like if you feel good, awesome. Sometimes, though, it's a little scary because out of the corner of your eye, you think somebody might be naked, and they are not. It's just they have chosen a color of spandex that matches their skin. And then you're like, oh, okay.
All's well, all's well.
No need to be alarmed.
No need to be alarmed. Now, this gluing is going to be incredibly tricky, I must say.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my feeling about it. I'm thinking about using my
Hola, Carolina.
very wide, fat brush. Hopefully it's clean. Oh my God, it is. Life is good. Okay, to whip on some glue here.
Whip on.
Whip on.
I don't...
Whip on some glue here.
This is not authorized by all management.
Ah, well, you know.
But it should be entertaining.
Here we go. We're going with matte.
She's going to whip it on there.
Well, I will soon.
Maybe,
Get
yeah.
it open. Okay. Now, what I might want to do... what are y'all laughing about?
Oh, well, there's a little bit of chitter chatter about the skin-toned spandex.
Oh.
It is, yeah, a little...
Okay, God, now I'm totally confused. I got to start over here and make sure that I'm on the right path. Is that right?
Yes. It is for me.
That's how I want to do it.
I'm happy about that.
You're happy about that. Okay, so really I just need to go about halfway up here with my glue.
We have mentioned that in other streams, but that is very good. And yes, Brat, please note, we do not recommend taking off the guard of your cutter. We also do not recommend leaving the blades up while moving your hands around through them.
Oh, pshaw. Pshaw.
She's a professional. Professional. And you know, we like the little element of danger here at PM Artist Studio.
Gotta get it. Okay, look at that. Look at that fabulous texture we've got on that.
Yeah, keep that. Save that for later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, we want to do a little bit of missionary work here.
I just want you to know that I am doing very good work at taking care of the plant over here.
The what?
The plant. I'm moving it around.
Oh, bless your heart.
I
Now
mean,
look at that, Mariah.
fantastic. I love it.
And we're going to clean off this side because we would like to glue this down.
Night, Fran. Thanks for hanging.
Down today and not have it glue down the part that we want to be the pocket. I don't know. I'm feeling like maybe we should just hold off a little bit on this here gluing
Yes,
down.
it needs to attach
Okay.
and have time to attach.
And actually, it's probably going to be pretty quick because the other, and see, all the wrinkles went away in the dyed paper. Elisa, just so glad that Mariah. And I think what happened was I did have those over in my purple pack, and Mariah made me, because we organized the dreadful O word.
Mm-hmm. But what,
Organized, and she said, you know, you can keep all of your purple papers that are gel plated in here, but we need to have these on the general pile so that perhaps others could use them also.
Tambien.
Tambien, as in she could use them also, but if they were over here just behind me in my purple hoarded pile.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we have to decide this way. And I think that this is going to come out rather nicely.
Can't wait. Watch your blade there, Captain.
I am, and I have cut myself on that before.
I have too, on top of my hand.
And it makes me a little bit angry.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm going to do is just go ahead and cut it right where I had it and trim off that with my scissors.
Hi, Marge.
You know, there's probably some of you that are going, oh my God, this is painful. I know Mariah's sitting over there going, oh my God, this is painful.
I could have got this done a lot faster, but that's okay. It's good that y'all see that there's a lot of thought that goes in.
The struggle is real.
Especially if you make it one.
I love that handle because I kind of stick it in my mess of papers over here and it stays.
Thank you, Mo. Mo has dropped the disclaimer again. Just, you know, read above. When she took that off there, I was like, oh my God, you can't show that during streams. She's like, that'll be fine.
Okay, there we go. Now, I don't know if I need to scoot it in just ever slightly. I think that looks pretty darn good. What do y'all
Bye,
think?
Anina. Thanks for hanging. I love it. I'm happy with that.
Everybody happy with that?
Do you think it's glued down?
Pardon?
Do you think it's glued down?
Oh, the back side? Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, see, look.
Well, then get her down. Do it.
All right, so that goes all the way up there. It's, you know, it's always a question of where do you put the glue? Do you put it on the actual thing or do you put it on where you're gluing it?
Now, one little suggestion before you get all glue happy.
I must plunge.
Yeah, good. Give me the opportunity. So your corner towards the, you know, in there. Can you just snip that a little round? Just a little round. Just snip so it isn't so pointy. I just feel like, oh my God, was Eddie saying the same thing?
Well, the corner there isn't necessarily round.
Well, I know, but I think it's just better.
Well, I'm going to have to now come in with my purple paint.
I'll help you out with that. I got a
Fix that.
marker right over here that's just perfect.
You were worried that was going to grab
I just didn't
that
like
corner?
it. No, I just didn't like it.
Oh, well, as long as we're doing that, I'm going to kind of...
Yeah.
Oh, this is hard.
You want me to do it? I mean, I don't know if my eyesight's that much better these days, but I think it might be a little bit.
Well, I can't get a contrast on it from the background.
So, do you want me to nip up to the
I
line?
want it to be a straight line rather than having those little things sticking out there. Because those little things sticking out there are going to very possibly be problematic. Okay, while she's doing that, we're going to grab one of my little dishes here. And we're going to go ahead and just, oh, you know what? I'm not going to use that. I keep forgetting I have this in the iFlow. Which is just a little bit thicker. I could go over here and get, you know, my heavy body, but I think that this is going to, oh my gosh, look at that wonderful piece of
Trinket.
trinket.
Is that a trophy?
Okay, I'm just going to give this a little bit of a all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing it before I actually put this down, simply because I think it's going to be better to do that. I always give your brush a little bitty rinse off. You never know if it's got some other contaminant.
Oh, okay. No worries, Carrie. Thanks for hanging. Our overseas crowd is... they're tired.
What is that?
Our overseas crowd, you know, across the pond people.
Oh, yeah. They're going, okay, you better have something really...
No, they're tapping out.
They're tapping out?
We'll see them at breakfast.
Okay. Just leave comments.
Oh, they do.
All right, now I don't have to worry about this because this is going to be underneath that anyway. But I just want to get that edge of the paper there. I hope I'm not going through to the other side.
Yeah, I was going to say you're going in like you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Isabel's still here. She's hanging. All right, and Mo's with us still. I think Mo's a late nighter.
And remember, I didn't quite come up to the edge there, so I'm kind of giving that a little bit of a feathery approach. Oh my goodness. That's what happens when you leave your brushes in the water. Because this edge kind of does show a little bit.
Yeah, that was a good call.
Okay. Now let's put this down and see what we've got here.
Oh, that's lovely. And I like how that shows through because it helps kind of, it softens that edge over there.
It does. It does, it does, it does. Okay. Loving that. And this little piece, boy, we'll save that because that will be
It was mentioned in
awesome
the chat, yep.
on a...
And Wendy's just having breakfast because she's over there in Australia.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm putting the glue onto this thing.
Oh, in March. Okay.
And, yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Oh, is Miriam? Okay. Bye, Miriam.
Bye, Miriam. Yeah, she's another one of those.
It's late.
It's late. And this glitter glue, you know, you can talk about glues all you want, and it is expensive. But it gets her done for the most part. I mean, very rarely am I disappointed in its performance.
Yeah. I will say, straight to Yupo, it doesn't stick as well, but because this has paint on it, it seems to work quite nicely.
Plus, you've got the paper here.
Yes.
All right, now I didn't need to go all the way up there.
But better to be glued than not. Now, you may want to bring that panel around and see how that sort of butts into it, or...
What? Just clearing that off.
Okay.
What do you mean?
I mean, bring out the next panel, how it unfolds.
Oh, it's going to be fine.
No, not that one. The next one.
Oh, the next one. Well, I didn't go past the edge.
Okay.
I know what you're saying.
Okay. Check your butt folds. That's what Mo says. Yeah. I know there's a proper term for that.
And it will.
I like that.
It is going to dry clear. I must remind you all that. You can see some white right now, but that shall soon dissipate. Squish it in there a little bit. I don't know. I may want to go ahead and cut that off because that may just be asking for it.
I'm just asking for it. Are you sure?
I don't know.
Well, leave it there for a minute.
I can always cut it. I can always cut it off. It's difficult to put it back on.
Can you just give me spread it out for me?
What?
Can you just spread it out for me?
Are you talking about?
Thank you.
Like that.
Thank you. Yes, I wanted to see it. Yeah, I think you should cut it off because it looks weird, just kind of coming up through the hole.
Coming through the hole.
Yeah. Oh. Fabri-Tech is not the same. I mean, it works well on a lot of things, but I think it, number one, is alcohol based. If I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. People use it on fabric. I don't know that we've ever had.
I have some downstairs. Because remember, we bought some to fix the book, Akiko's book. Where is Akiko? I need to reach out to her. Let's go. That looks cool. See? Very nice.
That looks cool. This little hangy outy bit there looks cool. Kind of, you know, fluffing out through the business there.
Yeah. Acetone. There we go. Thank you.
And see, and when you stick stuff in here.
That ain't going to be the stuff, though. Maybe. Ooh, I kind of like that. It's a little early to be shoving things in there, but.
I'm holding it down, Mariah.
Okay, you want some clippies?
This just over here doesn't seem to be gluey. I want to glue down.
Well, you did put that.
I did have the wet paint there.
Yeah, that wasn't the most brilliant.
That was probably the most not the most brilliant move in the world.
Kind of a rookie move.
We'll give it a bit of a rubby dub dub.
Just keep pressing on it.
This one seems to be doing quite well over here.
Mm-hmm.
And the bottom. But, you know, I can always come back and re-glue that.
Mm.
But I love that. Look at that. Isn't that just...
Yeah.
Fabuloso. How's the... can we look at it?
Yeah. Now, careful. Some areas of it are still drying.
Look at that.
So it'll dry up like clear. You can still see it's a little milky in some places. That's where it's really still drying.
So, I'm handing that back because I don't really have a flat surface. It's safe right now. All right, what did I do with my quotations? I got a quotation to read you.
And then you were gonna stamp something, maybe. Or are you doing tags or? I'm glad you got the pockets done.
Yes, we've got 2 pockets. Now we've got pocket here, a pocket here, a pocket here, and then if we want to do a pocket on the back. But remember, I've got my other little book that we haven't worked on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be, you know, kind of some of that. All right, let's just, I don't want this to glue together though, because it'll rip up both sides. I love this double texture going on here. Very exciting. You know, you've got lots of diagonals over here.
Rhonda says it needs a little piggy behind that fence. We got some pigs.
We didn't. We got some pigs.
You could make them like crazy pigs.
Crazy pigs.
You know, from the pet cemetery.
Oh. Could make them goth pigs.
Goth pigs.
Goth pigs. Peeking out of the fence.
With like green eyes or something.
Oh, there's a great book by Robert Munn. monk. And it's about a little girl. And you know how his stuff always repeats itself, and I can't remember what the name of it is. I'll see if I can find it, but I loved reading it to my kids.
I don't know how you remember these sorts of things. See, I don't remember things like that.
Really?
I just don't.
Well, I told you, mine is a situational memory. Now, my situational memory would really like it if I could find my quotations so that I can read you this.
Depends on the situation.
Brilliant. Quote that I have. Oh, I know. It's in my... Or I think it is.
She doesn't like to show y'all everything. She probably writes mean things about me.
Pooty.
I don't know. She's been real lovey lately, though.
Well, what's in there? I don't know. I read it to you earlier, Mariah, about the drop of dew on the tip of a leaf.
Yeah, well, I thought it was in that book. You want me to read it?
Huh?
You want me to look through it and read it?
No, I don't know. I mean, I just had it here with all the rest of my tags.
Oh, but it was loose. It's loose.
It was loose here. Okay, I know what I want to do. I want to talk about this. All right, I've got to open this up and leave this like this.
Was this the one that was giving you so much trouble?
Yes, and I have discovered what the problem is. It's called contrast. The reason these leaves look fabulous is because they've got orange behind them. The reason these don't look fabulous is because they've got
poo-poo brown.
Poo-poo brown behind them. So we're going to orange them up.
Love it.
I'm going to turn this over because I mean, the other side's kind of mucked up too, but you know.
Yeah.
All right, now I don't necessarily, see the purple here?
Yes.
Okay, so what I want is I want that sort of wonderful.
Well, I don't. What's in your hand? I don't feel like gonna get you there. So
you just don't know. I better take care of my trinkets here because Mariah found a whole bunch of them.
Oh yeah, there's more cat hair or whatever fluffy business.
In the middle there?
Yeah, my side's very clean.
You know, remember when we had that fireplace thing?
A woofer. That's what I always called it, but it does have a different name, but we called it the woofer. Because that's the sound.
Bellows.
Bellows. There you go. Loved that thing. Just to,
what happened to
all
that?
sorts of things around.
Do we know?
Well, it probably stayed with Dad, and I'm sure then...
And it was mine. It wasn't his.
Well, I mean, when you cross those pearly gates, you can take it up with him. I don't know what to tell you about all that.
That is just... Okay, so we're going to start here with this. And remember, I kind of wanted to do this the other day, but the reason I didn't was remember what was happening?
It was lifting.
It was lifting.
Oh, did you switch paints?
Yeah.
Okay.
Want to get a little pink down there and, get it.
Okay.
Moon
represented?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just piddling along with that
Pinktified. Did y'all notice I put that in the title? Tuesday stream. Or no, it's in the description. I didn't put it in the title because I didn't think people probably know what the heck we were talking about. I struggle with the titles because I know what I want to put in there, which is not probably something that's helping us search term-wise.
A little bit soggy.
She's Swedish chefing this one. You just kind of hoot-a-doo-a-doo. A little of this and a little of that. This is when the sun is rising. Or the sun is out.
And this is a crap brush because the bristles are just like...
Yeah, well, it's like a house paint painting brush, and it's not a good one.
It's like the kind that you baste your barbecue with. Not necessarily a painterly.
Yeah.
I'll just try to get some, good stuff going here. All right, look at the difference between that. And I've got this other one over here. Where is it?
Now, Rhonda would like you to leave the brush strokes, but it was too late. There's still, remember, there's still brush strokes like in the gesso.
And it's going to dry in those
Crevices.
Crevasses. Let's turn this over so that you can. Oh, look at that! Look at that!
Look at that.
That's gorgeous.
That's gorgeous, right?
And it's a little bit humpy.
It's humpy.
Humpy.
The paper, that is.
The paper is.
That's its.
But it will
relationship status.
It will lie down.
Humpy.
And stop, rising and falling. And I don't know what I did with the other one. The other boring card that I've got here. Oh dear, my pen was. I'm just so pleased with this.
Things went well.
Things went well.
But you're just very jiggly. Why does it keep jiggling the darn camera? That's what I don't.
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is.
Bumping the desk.
Here it is. The other one. I could put these down together and you can see the difference. And remember, I was just trying to make these pop, and I was going, why do they just look so crap here?
Yeah, and then you just kept dabbing it and coming at it again,
and also the fact that I allowed them to kind of just sit there and dry rather than, keep poking at them.
I think I mentioned that.
That has something to do with it also.
También. Now what? You're going to do that to that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am. Just put that
You got 20 minutes.
I can do it.
Was there anything else you wanted to do?
Well,
I was hoping you were going to stamp some things with Darcy's stuff. Now I'm going to get those stamps off to Darcy. So as soon as they're in her hands, then y'all can see what she has planned for them. But I got them out in the month of February. I just want you to note that, Darcy.
Yes.
I mean, and poor Brad. I just kept saying, can we get Darcy's stamps in this batch? But then another order would come in. And it's like, so.
All right. What I'm doing here is I'm getting all three. I don't know. Can you see that?
Yeah.
And they keep dripping over into each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The one's taking over. Your yellows, it's that.
And what's really nice about doing the, what do you call this stuff? The wah.
Heat embossed.
Is you have an edge there that you can butt your brush up against.
Yeah, hold stuff back. Now, if you get too crazy, it's not going to, but, with reason. We probably need to add that to the PM-isms.
What is it?
Wah, that equals, that's the heat gun. Very nice. Yeah, this is what it needed. Why didn't you know that the other day?
I just get stuck in a rut.
You were bronzing everything.
Yeah, really. And it was just so sad because
I'm really sad that I didn't notice either. Because I could have, been real know-y about that.
You could. It was your chance to.
Opportunity missed.
You lost out.
Did. There'll be others. It's okay. Yeah, the Bronze Age is over. We're getting enlightened.
We're having a painterly renaissance here.
Yes. And look at how much more beautiful those leaves are now. Yeah, I mean, it just that was the thing.
So sometimes it's not the positive space that needs attention, it's the negative space.
You got to accentuate the positives. And
just
sometimes
makes
the
them
positive is the negative.
pop. Now I've got another one hanging around here someplace, but I don't know where it is. Maybe I already fixed that one. I don't know.
Oh, the one.
Yeah. Now, the other thing, and Mariah mentioned this, that the blue, we should have gone with that mixed purple business.
No.
And you wanted to.
Well, that but
And-
ultimately, I think it was this. And when I say this, here, show that in the technology. Because remember what we've
I
done.
don't think I used this.
I feel like you did, but I mean, we could go, review the.
Because that was what happened. Let me find those leaves here. Here, and it's not this one so much as where's the little leaf pieces.
And yes, I do think that was the lighter blue on there.
Because see around the edge there?
And maybe that is true. Like, it is the darker blue ink, but it's the lighter blue embossing powder. And we kind of reversed the situation, which...
Yeah, and here it just didn't pop as much. And this is just that mixed color there.
Well, we've got broken china and then the blue... Oh, so, yeah. Good
I think it was...
call, Yolanda.
I think it was that light blue.
No, the dark blue ink and the light blue embossing powder. This. So
I
it
don't
was
think
this
so.
combination. See?
Oh, could be.
Where what we did the other day was the broken china, which is kind of that color of the embossing powder, and then we went with the darker emboss, like we reversed it out, which is kind of interesting. Here, see, look. So this is what we did on that second one.
Which is really lovely because you have a wonderful dark contrast there.
Yeah.
But you have less interest as far as the...
Well, and I should have brushed off some more of the embossing. I did a better job on that second batch of leaves.
But I like these better.
I know.
Anyhow, we've got those, which I think those are really... these are a little more bright than...
and once again, a huge thank you to Leah Foy for the awesome
Yes.
ink pads. And a huge thank you to Maya, who's at the scrapbook thing, but for the embossing.
Look at... I think this is absolutely my favorite.
Their stuff is hard to read. I could help them with packaging.
What is... Oh, yes. But I think they're all special and wonderful in their own right. Anything else I've got here that I haven't showed you and I didn't want to talk about? I've got a few minutes to...
You do? You got about 15.
Oh. I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to do a real quick one on my new little roller. I've still got these out. Need to talk about something that we're going to do on the back of this, which I could use the, I could use some of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I could do my actual
Oh, I think
writing.
you need to mention that you pulled that off with the tape on the one end or whatever.
Oh, yeah. This was,
Yeah.
remember when I had my little circle thing?
But I don't think you had talked about. I mean, you'd shown it being lifted off the tape, but then she actually used it. Just wanted
Yeah, I
to mention
actually
that.
used it.
She
Well,
actually
here's
used it.
its other part.
See?
And remember this one? And I did say that I wanted to, oh, I'm getting stuff caught up here.
All right, is there anything that can go in a pocket now? Or no? Are we still letting the pockets sort of set up?
No, I'll check it.
Okay.
Wanted to take a little bit.
Oh, she did. Oh, well, thank you, Eddie. I'm so happy you're listening. I wasn't.
This yellow here.
I like what you're doing. Now, is that impasto or is that the texture light and fluffy?
This is light and fluffy.
Okay. I don't know that the impasto would take that
It
quite as
doesn't.
well.
And they both have a place. But if you want to color and have the color show up, you need to go with light and fluffy because that's your best.
She probably would.
What?
Listen to audiobook.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I used to listen to them all the time when I was driving back and forth from Freona to Dallas. Okay, so you saw how I did that.
I don't know, Carol. Is anybody else having issues with P's sound versus mine? I mean, the mic's right in the middle of the room, but and she's actually talking at it more so than I am.
And then remember this one. This is the other one. So I do have all three of them done.
Nice. Yeah, and it was the spatter with acrylic?
Mm-hmm.
Because you could then darken up that background to make it a little more like the other ones.
Oh, I could. Make it a little more dramatic.
Because it looks kind of...
Puny?
It's a little different than the others. Yeah, I mean... Okay, cool. We're on the same mic, so that's why, like, if it sounds different, it just... That's interesting.
This is what's nice about, using acrylic paints to do your spattering. Then you can come in and do this kind of stuff. Whereas...
Is that any better?
If you've got some kind of watercolor medium there that's going to... Bit of dry brush and get it...
I think that looks better.
Evened out. I think so too.
Yeah. Well, and you have to remember that sometimes what happens there is, like, once it dries, it's going to lighten up. So you may need to come back in. Give it a
and
little,
hit it again.
Yeah. Kind of like what she did with the skull. Okay, wonderful. I did move the mic up the other day, like a little further up.
Is that better?
They say it's better.
Oh. Well, good.
And I think we're having weather. I hear it kind of grumbling out there.
Oh, I do too. I just heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so we've got, and this is, I'm going to try to use, I just think these cards are so gorgeous now.
Winner, winner.
Put a plain color on the back of those. And remember, I've got these, but you don't want to mess with these until they're dry on one side.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta move my... Oh, and I've got another whole tag that I've done nothing to.
Look at that, y'all.
Look at that, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to show you let's look at the pockets here real quick. I don't know, I'm really kind of liking this.
Hey, and this thing is looking super fab. You don't want to squeeze on it. Like, I think the outer shell of it has sort of dried, but hold it up into the technology and then people can really see.
Well, this is what I wanted. I wanted this to be sort of soft and velvety, but I wanted this to have that appearance of dewiness. Dewiness. Now, where's my
And then instead of just coloring in the whole thing, because see, remember P had put a coat of the what is it, the golden what, bronze whatever, right? Or
yeah,
gold.
Initially, but then I went back with the high dollar stuff and put this on there.
Okay.
So it was a double whammy, but it was still just not it would just seem too dry.
Flat. I think that's really the best way to describe that. Flat.
But now, look at that.
So then by using the deco marker, because it's a little bit different gold, and then just blopping it kind of on there.
You're getting those nice variations there, which I think that makes it just that much more of a rich textural surface.
Cardstock. So some of those were originally like packaging. So sort of cardboard-ish.
I'm going to hand this back to you. I don't know that it can
be
out of there.
Okay. All right, Diane. Thanks for hanging.
Move my paint out of the way so I'm not inadvertently painting something I don't want to be painting.
Yeah, most of those were created from repurposed or, upcycled packaging.
Okay, yeah.
Or cardboard that came like inside shirts, or the little tag things that came like with the pants wrapped around it or whatever.
Yes, and also these are the backs of my lotion
packaging
boxes. I just think that looks cool. I don't know.
And then the book itself is a Cheez-Its box, mostly. Not all of it, but most of it.
Yes, some of it is the almond crackers.
Almond crackers and Cheez-Its. I'm telling you, food. We need food sponsorship.
That doesn't show. You need really kind of a. This is still kind of wet. This is not.
She's playing with fire. But that looks fabulous. I think you should even can I cut the top of that?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know whether I want it to go this way or this way.
Okay.
So you can't
you
cut. I'm not going to let you cut anything yet.
Okay. You cut both of them.
Just need to have something to put this on. It looks so splendiferous. And then we've got...
Hi, Leslie. Thanks for hanging.
We've got Buddha.
Oh, Buddha looks fabulous there. Oh, I like that. Okay, you bring it towards you. Towards you. So when I say towards you, that is like here. This is you. This is towards you.
I'm doing it. Why are you acting like that?
Because I say that all the time, and then you move it to the side, and I'm like, do you not feel like you are there? Where are you? All over.
I don't think that you should make fun of people that have spatial handicaps. I think
It's no,
rude.
No.
It's really rude. It's like me talking to Carmichael's shirt pocket when that's where his hearing aid was. He says you don't point out people's peg legs and talk to their toes or something.
That is rude.
Well, I just think it looks. I'm really, I'm into it. I'm ready to do some more.
Have you found your Buddhas yet?
No.
Man.
The Buddhas are still missing.
I just find that
okay, I'm thinking this on this side. And see, I've got enough to do this on this side. And then, where's my other one?
But I think you're going to chop the top a little, right? Like you kind of did with the other.
Yes,
so it's more.
Make it more
Yeah.
And I'll probably do this side because this side is a lot easier. I have fewer things to chop.
Yeah.
I'm going to chop more of the horizontals out so we have the spiky uppies there. And then on this page, I don't know, do I like this or do I like this?
I know. I was just thinking that when you flipped it over, that color really did. Okay, put the dark part down again, or flip it. Ooh. Okay, so I think that those two, like if that's the option, that goes with the, like that. Yeah. Or, yeah, you got to do it that way. It's more dramatic. The other is light and cute. I like the dramatic, personally.
And I may try, I don't know, I think that the paper behind it makes it for a better...
Hello, Leona. No sneaking in.
A better glue down.
Yes.
Yes, and I do have a new...
So this will be great work for you to do off camera because you guys kind of have already seen the process. You understand what's going to happen.
And see, I have a new one. I want you to look at the difference. You can tell. Oh, it's already stuck down to something else. Look at this. Look at the width of the... These are exactly the same stencils.
Yes. Look how much paint's on there. It'd be thick.
It's just amazing. The amount of build-up paint. Of course, I used this a lot.
Yeah. I mean, when you got it, you put it...
See, some of these look like they're just all one strand, and they're really not. They're two strands that are separated, but they've
become
gone
one
together there.
They've become one.
Have become one. Yes. So really, I think we're good. If I can manage, I've still got enough of this to make another pocket on this page. Although I don't know that I really like that. I might have to change the color on this or use the other side. I don't really like that either. So we'll have to make some decisions there. I don't know. Because this is a very wide page.
Yeah.
But if I just use, you know, a shallow bit, see, it's going to go from almost...
Yeah, but I still like
edge to edge.
I like the darker part. Flip it. Oh, but see, I don't like that as much. Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
I will still have this up here to go ahead and use on this page, or I will have some of this left over.
Wonderful. All right, guys. I think that all of that will be probably done by Sunday. Although, you know, like I said, we are going to be heading off to the Arty event on Saturday, so, you know.
I'll have to get after it tomorrow.
You will, indeed. But anyway, do come back. Leave those comments, because that's how you're going to get entered, or even, you know, this...
Oh, I forgot.
Possibly entered.
I forgot to talk about this side.
Well, for Sunday.
See, look. This is where I had... used the impasto to put a leaf design down there, and then I went over, I completely covered it with the clear texture gesso, then used the side of my pencil to really make that come up again. But isn't that wonderful?
Isn't that wonderful? We'll talk more about this on Sunday. Thanks, guys. Bye.